Hello and welcome back to another video. Today here again on the Crew Motorfest. It's been a little while, but a whole ton of new content's been added since I last properly checked this game out, including this Lotus Emira, which, as you can see, I have just got in and customized. But there's a whole load of new cars, there's a new playlist thing, and all of the Stellantis cars have come forward from the Crew 2 finally. So let's take a quick look at all of the stuff that I've missed, and then I'm going to focus on two brand new additions to the game, or relatively new still, the Audi RS6 and the Mustang Dark Horse. So let's start with the Stellantis vehicles. We have the 4 Abarths that were previously in the Crew 2, including the brilliant 500 monster truck. We have a whole selection of Alfa Romeos, including the 8C, which is pretty cool, the 8C Competizione, and of course the Giulia GT-AM, which I definitely need to buy at some point, as well as a couple more versions of the Quadrifoglio. Then we have some Lancias, which will probably rust away pretty quickly, but here they are if you want those for some reason, and some Maseratis, including this incredible concept car and the beautiful Gran Turismo S. But we also, of course, have some racing cars, SUVs, MC12s, and the MC20. The really incredible thing with the return of all of these Stellantis brands is, just like we could import our entire collection when the game first launched, all of the cars from Stellantis Group that I owned in the Crew 2 are automatically in my garage here in Motorfest. So I now have my Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadriformaggio, my Gran Turismo S, my Alfa Romeo 4C, my Alfieri concept, some Delta Rally Lancia things, and the best of all, the Abarth 500 monster truck. As well as all of those, there have of course also been some new playlists and things since I last played. Most recently the Donk versus Lowrider thing, which also sees a whole load of new cars come to the game. One of which was added to my garage, the Chevrolet Caprice, which has some pretty interesting customization, so you can make it look like this. Now though, I think it's time to get the RS6. So then, down to Audi, scroll all the way across to here, where we have the Audi RS6 Avant for 385,000 Crew Buck credits, which actually is fairly reasonable, I think, given how much things usually cost in here. There's also a Yanamize edition, but although it's an incredible purple colour, it's got many orange things all over it, and we're not going to be able to customize it as much. So I'm going to buy this, I think it's got to be green, although I'll probably end up changing that. Wheel design, let's go for 4 out of 4 for now. Bonnets, I don't want carbon fibre on a huge estate car. I think that's all I can really go with on this. Yes, that looks better with more blacked out things. Some of these are going to just be too mad, aren't they? Or carbon fibre. I quite like the red stripe. I would quite like that with some darker headlights. Which I don't think is a combination I can do. Might have to be that. There's too many of them. There's kind of too many options. I feel like I do have to do a wide body if there's one available though, so let's do that. Leave those as they were, I just did those. If it's green, it probably wants some orange calipers maybe. I don't really know what I'm doing with this. They carbon rather than black? I don't see the point of carbon on a car this big, so I'm not going to do that. I like the little red stripe. Although, given I've just put a red stripe on it, I'm now going to have to go back to the calipers and make them red, I think. Rear wing. That just looks stupid. That looks even more stupid. I'm going to go with the subtle one just so I've added something. What can we do here? Change that to less... Ooh. I like the quad exhausts. I don't like those. Oh, I also like the little red accents on that one. Can I get quad exhausts with... No. Ooh. Red. I mean, it's already sort of got red trim, so I think maybe... Or is that just because... No, it has already sort of got red trim. Which one do I want, though? I think that. And black. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change those side things so they don't have the side skirts, just so they don't have the red, because that's... I'm not sure what the standard ones are now. Let's go with that. Yes, look at that. Red tires, red smoke, something red-ish. It's Motorfest. We've got to go a little bit mad with the customization, right? No point doing that, or I just won't be able to see. Let's leave the windows alone. Light bar is necessary, though. Oh, I forgot there were now dashboard figurines. I don't have any, though. But it's fully upgraded, and that's the main thing, because... Why would you drive anything stock in this game? Look at that. I think maybe the green's a little bit dark, but green RS6. In reality, that's what I'd go for, but in a game, you kind of want something a bit... That's a boost. You kind of want something a bit brighter. That's a Ford Focus. Oh no. Yeah, I love how this thing's turned out. Oh. And it was reasonably cheap, so I still have some monies left. Actually, interestingly, this thing's closest rival is, of course, the Porsche Panamera Turbo S Sport Turismo in this game, and I have both of them. They're both at 750, but interestingly, well, the Porsche's got 1,074 horsepower, and the Audi's got 1,094, so the Audi's more powerful. They've both got the same 224 mph top speed. It accelerates faster, so in theory, the Audi's better. It's lighter. Lighter, more powerful, and accelerates faster. Top speed's the same, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. The all-new Ford Mustang Dark Haunts is here for just 399,000 crew buck credit things. So it's even more of a bargain than that, so I kind of feel like I'm going to have to get that as well and do some customization. Let's go for red for now, only one option for wheels. And again, just like the Audi, let's go straight into the visual stuff. Customize. I love how you can do that as soon as you bought it without going through any menus on here. So, colour we just did, bonnets, we've got the sort of, well, it's a hood, because yes, it's American. We've got gloss with all of those bits. That makes it more like a standard Mustang. This is basically the same customization that's on the older Mustang, but it's kind of been morphed to fit. That's like a GT500 hood on a Dark Horse. That's actually incredible. Let's do that. Can make a Dark Haunts GT500. What have we got here? Black the lights out, add red bits to the grille. It looks pretty good. There's so many options on here. I kind of wish they would separate front lights and splitters up in the Crew, but there we go. Oh, I love that with the... Look, there's an intake in the... That is quite mad. Okay, we're going to go even madder on this than on the RS6 by the look of it. If there is wide body, we do wide body. Yeah, one option for wheels. If we're going to stick with red, I'm going to have to go with red on there, I think. Carbon mirrors, why not? Although, again, it is quite a heavy car, so that doesn't really make sense, but... I think that one. Wide body to match the front. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's like a taller version of the standard wing. I quite like that. Oh my god, it's like a GTD style wing. I turned my one in Forza Horizon into a full GTD. Let's do that instead. Quite like that with the back in gloss. What else have we got? There's so many options. I kind of... By the time you've got to 24, you've forgotten what the second one is, so... Has that got two diffusers? There's like a diffuser below the diffuser. Let's just go with it. It's the Crew, we need to make it mad. Right, do I go with red to match all of the red? Or do we go with... Let's see, if we turn the red down a little bit to that bit. And carbon. Yes. It does actually seem, because we already had this model of Mustang, just not the Dark Haunts version. So it is, the options are quite similar to what they were for that. So it's actually slightly disappointing, I think. Just as well I kind of raced through them a bit, because yeah, there's not... It is quite similar to the Mustang GT. I think it's just the convertible, isn't it, that we have of this model. It is quite similar to my one of those, if we filter by fraud. Fraud, there we go. Yeah. They're even in the same colour, look, so you can see it's a slightly different wide body, because the bolts on the bolt-on are visible, look. But it's effectively the same customization on... So it's basically a hardtop version of what we already had. I should really put 750 parts on both of them to see what the performance looks like. Let's just do that quickly. Okay, fair enough. So the convertible at 750 has 911 horsepower and the coupe has 1001. Just like the Audi and the Panamera though, they seem to be limited to 224 miles an hour. I don't know if that's just a Motorfest thing. I think it must be. But yeah, no, the coupe is more powerful, faster to 60, and I would guess lighter? No, because it doesn't have a weight. It's infinitely light. There we go. So yeah, it is better, probably because it's the Dark Haunts rather than the GT, but very similar, possibly not worth buying. And that is going to do it for today's video, taking a very first look at the Audi RS6 and the Mustang Dark Horse here on the Crew Motorfest, as well as taking a brief look at some of the content that I've missed over the last few months. As ever, do let me know your thoughts on the brand new RS6, the Mustang Dark Horse, and your overall thoughts on the Crew Motorfest, now that it's getting on for nearly a year old at this point. For now, though, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next one very soon.